are back here live with Excuse the Duval and me live at the Cookbook at 1827 North Pearl Street on Tuesdays here at 8 p.m. So please come out and join us. And we're going to go ahead and jump right back on in. Swamp Thing.
What is the projection of the University of Florida's football program after losing to the Georgia Bulldogs for the third consecutive year in a row? Oh, Lord, here we go.
Yes, sir.
Here we go. Here we go, folks.
You know what it is, baby. Big dogs in the house. I don't know what he talking about. But look.
Till Bama come out.
What Mullin said when the interviewer asked him, how close are you guys to close to beating Georgia? He's like, we're 7 points. Well, 7 points, yeah. None of that. We're not trying to hear none of that. The trajectory of the Florida Gators is that they have a lot of players in the transfer portal right now, and it's not looking good for them guys. Just go ahead and come to UGA where everything is great, and you get coached by the advisor. I like everything about Georgia right now. It was a beautiful weekend. I hope everybody enjoyed the biggest cocktail party of the year. I mean, but look.
This guy.
Well, you can say what you want. Let me have my moment, baby. I need that. Let's go, dog. Hey, I was quiet all this time, but look, this all I came. I came to represent my team, and my team only. I don't know nothing about no Florida State. They garbage dumpster juice. Rest in peace to Willie T, man. It was a good run while you had it. Next time you do the better thing and actually have enough players on the field. Yeah, all that.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Hey, if you ever want to see what national championships look like in
Technicolor,
in color.
It was in color.
In Technicolor.
Oh, okay, HD.
They come on down championship way.
I like Florida State, though. That's my second team, man, if I was to go for
Everybody
anybody
likes
else.
Florida State, man.
I love Florida State. I love the passion. I love the...
Everybody like Florida State.
Whatever, man.
You be quiet. You almost got put out this weekend. Come running up on me talking about that I have a good weekend.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
Miami.
Whoa.
She almost got put out the house.
That's a technical foul right there, boy.
She almost got put out the house.
Not a Miami fan.
It's all right. They got beat by some astronauts the week before.
Yeah, exactly.
Right now, the state of the swamp right now is Florida. Ain't looking too good right now. I know they without their star quarterback. They lost a lot of players.
Star quarterback?
Their starting quarterback.
You think that he would have made a difference?
I think it could have been worse. It could have been better. I just think that he probably.
You don't believe that, man.
The only reason why I say that is because certain players have that experience. He's played in the Florida-Georgia game the past 2-3 years.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like I said, same thing with Blackman. Blackman played in that Miami Florida State game as a freshman and almost beat him.
But
and experience is everything.
But you can't say that because Miami and FSU had the same problems. Both of them had inexperienced QBs.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, in rivalry games, you got kids that's from Florida.
Right.
Hornibrook ain't from Florida, bro. He not from Florida. He doesn't understand the importance and the bragging rights of the game. Same thing with Dalvin. You think that start running back that we had all year just to be benched for Cook for that game was on purpose?
You want to say his name?
Huh? Carlos Williams.
Who?
Great back.
Anyways.
Great back, but he wouldn't have did what Dalvin did. And Dalvin destroyed Miami every last one of those years he played. Right. So, I mean, like I said, a lot of that has to do with that. The experience factor, being in those games, knowing those teams, knowing who you're going up against, knowing your opponents. You know certain things about that team that's different. You know, just actually being in games like that is different versus a guy that just coming in, okay, he's going to treat it like any other game. And it's not any other game. It's a lot that's on the line. And you got a backup going into that game that's never played in that game. Either he's going to make a name for himself or he's not going to play like he's supposed to play.
In Florida's defense, I think Kyle Trask, he actually played a decent game regardless of being his first time actually in that in arena in that atmosphere. I think he actually had a pretty good game, but the problem was that Florida Gators had is what Georgia usually have when we lose. Bad play calling, certain mistakes happen, and then you eventually fall behind, and by the time you're to that point of catching up, it's too late.
I agree.
That's exactly what happened with them.
I agree.
Because let me tell it, I think that we should have lost. But me being a diehard, I wasn't going to tell y'all that. But now that the game is over, I'm glad that we did come out on top, even though it started to look a little sketchy in the fourth quarter. I'm still glad about that. But the Gators, Gators is just like any other Florida or big name team in Florida. You're always going to get those recruits. Everybody wants to be a Florida Gator. It's just a tradition that goes on in Florida. You either want to be a Gator or a Seminole. And you got those weirdos that want to go play for the Miami Hurricanes, but anyways, yeah, you got those guys, but any other time, but
talk about teams that did something before somebody was born.
Yeah. Talking about the U in the 80s, huh? We like the U in the 80s.
Yeah, but that's when the U was great in the 80s. Nah, but I don't really to be a Seminole. I think Florida's pretty in a catbird seat right now. I mean, considering it's Mullen's second year. Mm-hmm. I mean, y'all number 10 right now currently y'all still have an outside chance to get to the playoffs.
Right.
In his second year, these aren't even his recruits yet. They're still left over from what dude name was their last coach? Michael Wayne. You know what I mean? So it's like really the guy Jones is like really the first recruit that he will actually put on the field. Yeah. And you see he's the third string quarterback right now. So you're still really just playing out tradition and the power and the strengths of your recruiting class from year to year, like you said, because of your brand.
Right.
So, I mean, considering with Mullen that and other thing, I think besides losing the game that really I thought they would win going into it, they're actually in a pretty good position. I mean, I don't know, maybe I feel that way because I look at Florida State conversely, and it just seems like I don't know what we got going on right now, and then we fired Willie, but that's a whole nother story. But I think that Florida actually has a pretty good trajectory. I mean, you have nothing to hold your head about. You lost to Georgia and LSU.
Or 2 top 10 teams.
Yeah, you know what I mean? As opposed to us, we fighting with, Savannah State and what was the other little Samford. You know what I mean?
I get that too, but my thing is with the West of the SEC, how are they more weighted when the East is playing tougher teams? They have
Alabama.
I mean, it's
all on King Bama.
I mean, Bama
and Auburn every now and then, but
you still gotta give it to it's a tougher road through the East than it is.
No, most definitely it is.
And that's why I say I think the cake schedules that they got, they ain't played nobody. So people always ask, well, dang, how did Clemson beat them? Look at their schedule. That's how they got beat. They're not battle tested. If you're going to play against a team that's not in your conference, at least play a team from that conference that gives that team hell or is an Achilles heel or something. But you don't schedule those teams. You just schedule powder puffs, high school, Alabama Deaf and Blind, University.
So let me ask you this. Being Alabama, though, you pretty much, at this point, you're going to get that respect already. Do you take the chance if you Saban and schedule more Power Fives, or do you, knowing that you already have looked at, we playing the SEC. Year in, year out, it's toughest conference.
I don't believe that. The only reason why I don't believe that is because of the players that go to the NFL don't produce that. They don't have as many battle-tested players as the ACC has. When they go in the league, you hear more about ACC players being top player, top this, top that, than you do about the SEC. Now, granted, you have Julio, who's been dominant for years. Mark Ingram still doing his thing. You have certain players, but Aaron Donald, Ramsey, Lamar Jackson, it's
Chubb.
Good points.
It's good players on
Vic
some.
Beasley.
Huh?
Vic Beasley.
I can name a few SEC
Yeah.
players that are elite right now.
Donta Freeman. Down the Falcons' whole roster. Yeah.
Luke Kuechly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the ACC. Derwin, well, he's not
Matt
playing right
Ryan.
now. But what I'm saying is, you got a lot of players that. What I'm saying is, it's a lot of great players that really come out of our conference, and when you look at it's a start. It's not even a comparison. As far as careers and longevity, you can name a top 11 in the NFL right now that came from the ACC. Our national championships team is probably the only team that had all starting on both sides. The start 11 from both sides. The starting 22 were actually all starters in the NFL at the same time when they came into the league. I don't think that's been done by any other team that's in it. That's never mentioned. And that's just from FSU. So, like I said, they don't, I don't know, some of the players don't translate over. Some of them don't.
A lot of Gator players don't translate.
Gator players are straight garbage in the pros. I don't know what it is.
I think the last great player from there was Emmitt Smith. That's probably it. And that was because he was offensive line.
You gonna do Fred Taylor like that?
Oh, I forgot about Freddie T. My bad.
Freddie T like that?
Hold on, you gonna do Percy Harvin? Percy Harvin was the cancer for the White.
Boy, that's that stick, boy.
I love Percy. I love Percy.
Percy was that stick. Fred
Percy,
Taylor
my
was
bad.
that stick. I could name a few
I mean,
decent. Riley Cooper yeah, okay. I forgot all about that, boy. I forgot all about him. Yes, sir.
Baby Trump.
But hey, we ain't gonna talk about him. Hey. You know what he said. Yeah, he was
Baby
dead serious too.
Baby Trump. Yeah. But look, I mean, there were great players, but I'm just saying, like, if you really look at it on defense, Ray Lewis, Warren Sapp, Derek Brooks, Sean Taylor, Deion Sanders,
Where Rigo,
Darrell Reeves, Lawrence Taylor,
Yeah.
Bruce Smith. Oh God,
Ed Reed.
The
I know
ACC.
that's what I'm saying.
ACC is Ed Reed. He just got a jacket this year.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Dawkins, Clemson. The list goes on and on. We can be up here all day talking about that. You can't say the same thing about the SEC like that. That's why I say I don't agree with them being the toughest conference.
No, but my point was that Alabama kind of hides behind the fact that, ESPN and mainstream media pushes the SEC as top at least two conferences every year. So it's not smart of Saban to load his schedule. I mean, right now he has a clear pathway every year. I beat Auburn. I beat LSU. Beat these little Rudy Poot schools and go into the SEC championship game, either knock out Georgia or Florida, and I'm in the championship every year.
Pretty much.
But at least if you pick one team, they ain't gotta be a contender.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They ain't gotta be a contender. They could be in one. They could be a top player a top 25 team or a top 20 team.
But Saban said
Boise State.
Saban told y'all in that conference interview that he said that nobody wants to play them.
I don't believe that.
I believe it.
The only reason why I say I don't believe that because you got other kids that go to other schools that want to play against the best schools.
That's not
I
the
don't
hear
believe that. I don't believe that. You can't get me if that was the case, then everybody would just go to Bama. Nobody would want to go to these other schools. People go to other schools to beat Bama.
People go to other schools because Bama didn't want them.
That's a lie.
Yes, I don't think so.
That's a lie.
That's not a lie. Like same with FSU. People wanted to go to FSU until something happens. Oh no, man, I'm finna get out of here. I guess I go hang out at Georgia.
Bruh. bruh.
Take the mic.
I don't believe that, man. Growing up and being recruited, bruh, if I couldn't go to my home school, I could have went to North Carolina State and been a Achilles heel to my squad, but I went to Iowa. So, I mean, you go to schools to beat other schools, bro. I was in Iowa when Iowa State beat Florida State. That was so hurtful. Listen, that hurt my soul. But I've never seen so many people hype before that game even got there. Those kids wanted to beat Florida State so bad, and it was so many guys there that wanted to go to Florida State and wasn't recruited by them.
And that's what I'm saying. So you don't think these smaller schools that are being scheduled on Bama's schedule, you don't think those little small schools are hyped about playing them? They just don't have the talent to beat them.
You can't say that. You think Iowa stacked up against our team now? No, nobody heard. Who heard of Seneca Wallace before that happened?
Nobody. I don't even know what you're talking about.
And what happened? Seneca killed us that night. And guess what? I was there to watch it. Trust me.
Sometimes the better team comes to play. That's in any sport.
But that's my point. Anybody can be beat. It don't matter who you got on your squad. Anybody can be beat.
But you got to look at how some of these bigger schools are looking at the top 25 teams. They're looking at it like, oh, man, if I put Bama on my schedule, man, oh, man. Depending on when we schedule them, oh, man, we lose. If we lose, we're going to end up getting dropped off and forgotten about.
Yes.
And that's exactly what the fear is right there. It's not that they're scared of playing Bama. They're scared of losing and falling off. And that's really where it comes down to.
And it ain't even so much the players. I think it's the coaches. The coaches have a lot to risk. If I'm Willie Taggart and I'm at school trying to come up what he was known for, like, for instance, when he was at South Florida, it was a big deal that he played us consistently through his, time there. But, yeah, it's big on recruiting if you pull it off or you're able to stay close. But if you're getting rolled by 50 or 40 every year, people going to start looking at you crazy like, bro, what are you doing?
Exactly.
Why do you we not ready yet? Schedule somebody that we ready for. Nobody wants to see us get beat down like that. Not from their side of it, but.
Not from anybody's side of it. Even being a fan, you don't want to see your team going in and just get destroyed by Bama.
I used to like when we used to just, like,
You're going to like it.
I'm so mad that Wake Forest, that's the one that bothered me. When Wake Forest beat us.
Y'all messed up on the field goal, but.
Own Wake Forest. No, one year they beat us like 30-0. Yeah, one year they called us. Yeah. They called us. All of them done called us, from just
it happens to the best of them.
Beating them down, somebody rises up eventually and stop the bullet. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Atlanta Falcons. You heard that pun.
That's just like.
He keep getting the mics took from him. He's going to get put in the corner.
Rich, you up next?
I think the thing is that when we was at, you went to Range, right?
Yeah.
Who we want to play every year? You think we really want to play Reball every year? That's cool. We want Bowles. We want Trinity. We want all these teams that we want that. So that's my point. Now they're playing these teams regular, and it's like, oh man, we've been wanting to play these dudes. You know what I mean? So it's always like that, bro. You want to shoot. We want to be that team to knock you off. Because y'all sleeping on us. That's just it.
Okay. That's enough of Swamp Thing. We're going to go ahead and start sinking in the pond. Why did the Jags look so bad this past Sunday over in London? Did I say Sunday? Did I say Sunday or Saturday?
Sunday.
Oh, okay. I was right.
Look, light skin. But look, I personally think I've been saying it all podcasts. I think that it was just a setup, man. You can't make me believe that the Jags, the way they've been playing over the previous weeks, go into London looking as unprepared as any other team, like a Miami Dolphins who Fitzpatrick actually got them their first dub, which is okay. It was the Jets. But the Jags just looked like they were unorganized. Nobody prepared for this. Looked like they didn't go to practice on Wednesday. It just looked like everything was. Yeah, it looked like they were just ready to go to London and party because if you look at videos over there, they actually be having a good time outside of the football madness, and they probably had too much fun. All those young cats that they have, and that's exactly what I think it is. The Texans got way more veterans. The Jags are just a young squad. Everybody wants to party. You know, we are a party city. No matter how y'all try to put it, everybody here is like the party. You know, they went over there hanging out. When Sunday came, they wasn't ready for nothing. Deshaun Watson went out there with one eye, slick Rick, and gave them what they asked for. Definitely had that.
No, I was saying from the get-go, a lot of people don't realize we, I believe, played the most rookies in, like, starting and having them contribute this year because of depth, people getting hurt. So, yeah, I think they just went out and had too good of a time. You know what I mean? They threw back 1 2-minute pint, you know, trying to get the photo ops. Now, my only problem with that was, and I remember we had talked about it when we were watching the game Sunday, where was the Calais Campbells and all the so-called vets who always, we walking in, with raspy voice ass nigga. You should have had one of them niggas collared, tied up, sleeping there getting their rest. I don't know. And then Josh, and he was out there partying and fishing chips. Nigga, tighten up. You know what I mean? Straight up. I was upset, bro. I mean, this one thing y'all lost, but y'all went out there and got drug. I'm on both sides of the ball. Y'all had Minshew looking crazy. The D couldn't stop nobody. Then Trey Herndon just put the cherry on top. And ain't try to juke you or nothing. He just like, you ran you over first and then tried to score the touchdown. Come on, bro. But that's y'all replacement for Jalen. Yeah. Hey. All y'all was selling out. He got 2 interceptions. Jalen ain't had none. Jalen ain't never had his feet up in the buck either, laid out there on the field. Yeah, I said it. Minshew.
Man, look, I mean, I don't think them boys went over there and just did it like that. I just think that, one, the offensive game plan was not one favorable for Gardner. 2, you have to rely more on your offense now. People fail to realize that, Jalen is a key piece of that puzzle because, one, those defensive tackles can't get to Deshaun Watson without excellent coverage.
Exactly.
That first game we had, we didn't have Jalen in that game, did we? I don't think we had Jalen in that game.
The first game, yes, we did. That was the one he blew up in.
We had Jalen, but look how much pressure we got on him that game versus this game. You got one shutdown corner versus, buck legs. No, not. I'm talking about Herndon.
Herndon. He said buck leg.
But my thing is, and no disrespect to him, I know he got to have his growing pains. He's a young player, but the thing is, you miss key things like that make a ball game different. A lot of people don't look at it that way, but it does when those defensive backs have that extra second, a millisecond, or that half a second. That matters. You know what I mean? Because those are sacks. This is the same team that we done played, 2 years ago. We set a record for sacks in one game, the first game of the season. This is the same team. Nobody's, that's the same team. And we got the same team up front as well. So it's like the offense now, it's a lot more on the offense now to get ahead versus them playing from behind.
Yeah, and also they a lot of people didn't realize their line is beat up. I was so disappointed that we just didn't dominate, that they actually ran the football. It wasn't even just Deshaun, he gonna do what he do. But they just really ran the ball down our throat with a dude may I add, Carlos Hyde, who we couldn't get to, get 2 yards. And he was out there eating. I'm like,
that was that chip on his shoulder.
Yeah. Yeah, he was motivated. Just like I was telling about Fitz. You know, the Jets did him dirty. That's why he was motivated. So, I mean, what? I don't know. It just, I don't know. It's like they came in. It was like they weren't ready, man. It was like they was ready. And, like, we didn't understand the gravity of the game. Like, bro, Minshew, you know, he got a lot of pressure on him. He trying to put in his bid to keep the starting job. Y'all, with that, could have set yourself up so easily for the division because then the Colts end up losing.
Right.
Tennessee lost. We already split with them. We got 2 games coming with the Colts. So now we basically in a, you know, we got to win out.
So
we need Big Dick Nick to do what he do, man.
Basically, like y'all just said, you know, I always think a lot of stuff is staged, you know, especially what Joe Flacco had said last week. Like, how the hell do we play to lose? And called out all his coaches. Like, we're a player away from winning. Why did we just play to lose? Yeah. And it's like, you look at this whole situation like, okay, yeah, he been practicing, but why put us in a situation where all this pressure is on this one man versus making it more comfortable for him to come in? Give him time to heal up. That's not an easy thing to come back from. Yeah. No. You know, give him his time to heal up. You know, bring him in dress rehearsal around 15, 16. That way he's healed up. He good. He's at game speed. He's running. He's not tired, but it's about the money. But at the same time, Tom overbid it for somebody that wasn't.
He on a mission to get Tom up out of here.
I don't. Yeah.
Well, question then, since that'll lead into what you guys are talking about with Doug Marrone being on the clock. Do you feel that he's on the hot seat now?
I don't think. I think.
How many years has he been there?
I don't even think that was a Marrone move. I don't think Marrone has that. I don't think Marrone has authority over his roster. I think that's I still don't believe it.
I don't think it's him either.
I don't think I can't.
I know what he about to say.
I can't believe it because I don't think. You think he want to get rid of Jalen?
Nope.
You think? But that's my point. Like, it's Tom's team. Whether we like it or not, Tom is out there on that field watching and evaluating and doing everything else. And my thing is, okay, back against the wall, our jobs on the line. And you know Tony and Shad looking at this like, okay, y'all made me force my hand to get rid of my best player. I need results. So, yeah, all this shit was staged. I'm not finna sit up here and lie about that. It looks like a stage. You know what I mean? Our defense don't play. We're at our second home. We're going to look bad in another place.
Yeah, because y'all look real good over there every year.
Exactly. We've dominated over there every year. So all of a sudden this happens. This was staged, man. This was planned. How we going to get Minshew Madness to go away?
Right. Just to bring Nick Foles back. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
I think it was all a scheme for them to get Nick Foles in the game and not have to worry about the media kind of kicking Minshew or kicking the Jags up in their behind because of the simple fact that Minshew been doing his thing over the past few weeks. And now all of a sudden Nick Foles is quote-unquote ready for practice and coming back in after this bye week is crazy. I don't think he deserves it, but I don't think Marrone is on the hot seat. I mean, he hasn't did anything bad.
I'm not going to say that he's just on the.
But he hasn't done anything good out neither.
But what I'm saying. What I'm saying is,
you gotta look at it like that. He's a coach.
What I'm saying is, it's a package deal. All of their seats are on the line.
Yeah,
not just him, Tom, Caldwell.
I think Shaw getting
every last one of them on it. You gotta look at the writing on the wall.
Because it's starting to look like he getting fed up, ain't it?
Right. You made me get rid of my best player.
He's getting a lot
vocal
to the media.
Y'all better go do X, Y, and Z. So that's not a Marrone move.
I need results now. Somebody's gonna have it. Somebody gonna get fired at the end of the year.
Exactly.
No, I can actually see that, but I don't know. It was just weird. It was just the whole vibe was weird when the game started. It was like, I don't know, like almost like the team ain't want to be there. You know what I mean? Like they was ready to come back or something. Yeah.
Like somebody just pooped in their cereal.
Yeah.
Like
they knew something we ain't know.
Like that you know, the little speech they give before you go out there, and you know, the speech was so negative, everybody just got depressed and stuff. Oh,
yeah, like basically like, well, we know Minshew gonna be back on the bench.
Dang, Minshew going on.
Yeah,
that's what it probably
that's
was,
how they played, bro.
Dang, Minshew, man, you been playing so good.
If you
man,
believe Marone, he said today that it was his decision alone. He came out, he told, of course, Gardner first, and he was bummed out because he's a competitor, and then he went and told the team. So.
Right. So think about that energy you just said. He told Minshew and put him down in the dumps. Minshew went back and told the team, but they told the team as a collective group, not everybody over there stick in the mud.
Because per them,
the game's in 2 hours, by the way.
The way it's setting up, huh?
Oh, the game's in 2 hours, by the way. When they told him.
Oh,
yeah.
Are you telling me that they told them that he was getting benched before the game in London?
Well, I mean, he was saying that he told him that he benched him today. What they putting out there, conspiracy, is that they knew beforehand. I mean, everybody kind of knew that this was your one-game audition. That, you know.
This is a big stage.
Yeah.
How can you perform on that? Yeah.
And what they're claiming is the reason for bringing Foles in, not just the money, but we know that's one of the main factors, but that we can't have any more rookie games out of Minshew. You know, it's great, all that he did with 4 and 5. Thanks, you did it. You did your job. You're the backup. You did your job.
Which is true.
Now it's time for the big man to get in here and take us on over the top and win these games that we're going to have to definitely beat the Colts twice now. We got to beat Tennessee because us losing to Houston 2 times. And we can't lose like to the Raiders or the Falcons. Unfortunately, we got to beat those teams that we are supposed to beat.
Y'all need to beat the Colts at least once.
No, we got to beat the Colts twice, I think.
Yeah, because you have to bid for Houston to somehow lose maybe 2 or 3 games.
Because it's real mucky right there in that whole for that last wild card.
And Brissett is looking good too, so it's
you know what I mean?
y'all
but he got hurt. He hurt his knee.
Oh, he got hurt last week?
Yeah.
Oh, I ain't even see that.
Brisket got hurt.
Jacob Brissett.
Nah, the coach.
The quarterback.
Brisket,
yeah.
I'm gonna just say this. I think they're setting everything up to make it look like the legend. They went out. He's gonna be the savior, and you won't hear much about Minshew madness anymore.
I don't think that's true. Minshew is gonna live forever, man.
No, I'm not saying that, you know, not negating what he did for the season. But what I'm saying is, it's a current event as far as the headlines go. Foles is gonna be the savior. That's how it's gonna go down.
That's what they want. That's what the media want.
That's what I'm saying. That's what's gonna. He wins out. He's gonna take over the headlines. You still got Minshew in as a backup. Who knows? He might come in and win 4 games straight for us in the playoffs if Foles get hurt, or if anything like that was to happen. Anything could happen, but it's set up for both quarterbacks still to be in a win-win situation.
Right.
I just hope that they do the right thing in the draft next year. Hopefully.
Do y'all think? Because before this, they had odds out, and I think Minshew had like the best odds in the NFL as far as, you know, being locked in for the starting job next year. Do y'all think Minshew will get the starting job back next year going into camp? Do you think it'll be like open, or is it just Foles till he gets off the books?
Let's just say if they lose, it plays out a couple ways. If they lose out, staff is gone. So now you got a new offensive coordinator, new head coach, new everything.
I'm ready for that.
Get rid of Tom.
They need to clean house.
God.
Yeah, but see, unfortunately, if we clean house, then it's a reset. Because the person, this is what I'm trying to let you know.
You don't want that.
You don't want that.
You don't want that
because he going to start over. He didn't draft Minshew. He don't care nothing about Minshew, Magic, none of that. So he going to go look for his quarterback.
Exactly.
He going to go look for his running backs, his receivers.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing, but they should have did that years ago.
No, they did. Put it in perspective, they did, and then they got Blake Bortles and Dante Fowler, and they did reset. Gus Bradley.
But listen, they still using Gus Bradley's They're using his whole staff. They're using his whole staff. Everybody that's on the staff now is the same staff that he had. That's in the only difference. The only difference is, there you go. The only difference is the offensive coordinator this year.
I thought he was new. Yeah.
Nah. He was a linebackers coach.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
I thought it was a reset when Doug Marrone came.
Marrone actually came in as the offensive line coach. He was offensive lineman
and assistant head coach.
Yeah, and slash assistant head coach. And I remember telling her, that's our next head coach, because he left Buffalo on his own accord, and him and Tom Coughlin go way back.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, everything.
And now Gus Bradley, you hired this dude. Come on, bro. You just hired your replacement, bro. What was you thinking?
Exactly. So my thing was, it wasn't a full reset. It was a half set. So.
No, not really.
Nah, it wasn't. But the only thing is going forward. You know, you could have had a franchise quarterback, a franchise running back, franchise defensive end. Because me personally, I would have took Mac over Bortles. I would have took Amari Cooper over Dante Fowler. I would have took Deshaun Watson over Leonard Fournette, and I would have been able to get Dalvin Cook as well that same year. It's a couple of times we fumbled, but we have to see what happens.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and do the predictions for after the bye week. Week 11, the Colts. I'm going with Jags 7.
Going with the Jags 7. What? Oh, we got 2 minutes. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I like the Colts. Unfortunately, it's not going to be a good scene for the Jags. It's going to be a murder scene, homicide, actually, because nobody's going to be ready for Nick Foles to come back. They're still going to be riding Minshew. Everybody's going to be on the bench looking at him down the dumps, not having his job. But it's going to be up to Minshew to actually uplift the team, and I think that's what is going to dictate whether or not they win.
35-7 Jags. I think Nick comes in, fires them up after this bad week. It's a perfect week off, and I think they'll go ahead and win big at the bank.
Foles comes in, gets hurt on the third play of the game. Minshew comes back in. Minshew magic is back on. We win 28-14.
And that'll do it for this week. Make sure you join us next Tuesday, 8 p.m. here at the Cookbook. And let's say it, excuse the Duval in me.
Go Dogs, baby.
Oh, Lord.